Join the crew as a member of the Onyx Key for exclusive members-only messages, redirections, and content. We already have a bunch of videos live with some familiar topics as well as new questions, so I'll see you on the other side of the Onyx Key. Make sure you hit the join button to go deeper down this experience with me.
Hey family, so here we are with our last Affogato, a more possibly for the cool season, I'll say. Definitely through the end of this year, real time. So we've got our holiday theme we've started to transition to, and we're going to take a look at who's coming towards you in love and how you'll recognize your next partner. So let me just hold up the tasty dessert so you can choose your piles. Pile number 1 is the traditional Affogato. It's in a little fancy glass. Pile number 2 is chocolate Mocha Affogato. Pile 3 is what we're calling a Christmas cocktail. Yes, the label says that because it is a Bourbon Eggnog Affogato. And then pile number 4 is a caramel Affogato. I'll give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1, my traditional Affogato. Let's take a look at who's coming towards you in love and how you'll recognize your next partner. So let me go ahead, get a good little shuffle. And so we can see, give me a good overview of my traditional Affogato. The snake. Ooh, okay. It's interesting energy to come through. And what's at the bottom? The whip. Somebody's gonna be wearing green. I don't know if they got green hair. I don't know if somebody's got locks, like kinky twists. Just depends on your culture, the way you wear your hair. But somebody here, there's something about green energy. All right, heavy green. And this is my Afro Goddess Oracle. You can see it. I've begun tagging them now because a lot of you asked, so you can see. So you can always see the decks that I'm using that are available for purchase. Some of them are out of print. This is Medusa, okay? And this is the snake. So there's a lot of things that hit me with this. Some of you may not necessarily trust this person at first. Like, this isn't someone that it's not going to be love at first sight necessarily. Unless you're attracted to this dark aesthetic. Like for me, what I see here is like a dark, possibly even like occult aesthetic. When you see these two, Medusa feels like dark feminine, right? So whether that is you, this person, it feels like at least one party has like this dark feminine aesthetic. So if I'm describing you, either you're not going to necessarily trust this person at first, or this energy is going to intimidate that person initially because it's loud, right? It can be scary if people don't know what that is, right? So that's what I'm seeing already. So interesting. I think what I can already tell, this is going to be a pile where compatibility catches the both of you off guard. Okay, because this is that traditional Affogato. So there's someone here that's not all like what, I don't want to say not at all what they seem, right? Whether that's you, whether that's them. But there's a different layer to someone, right? Like we're picking a traditional Affogato. We got this dark feminine Medusa energy on the table. I'm just trying to see where we're going with this. So let me see what's going on. Tell me more. Closing of a cycle with the world. I got the Ace of Cups. Okay. All three. Okay. So who's coming towards you in love? There's a cycle being closed. okay? And the interesting energy I get here, and just find yourself in the lesson and the journey. I have a feminine that has a dark feminine, a vibe, a dark feminine aesthetic, maybe abrasive, maybe a little aggressive, right? Because the shadow of that archetype, I'll say, is someone that's deeply wounded, right? That can be combative, right? That can be very sharp, a la snake, whip, things like that. And we have a cycle closing where someone is more of a goddess of cups now. And this spark of, I'll say, enlightenment with this star card, right? Star card is ruled by like Uranus and Aquarius, which it will be a shocking shift in personality, aesthetic, things like that. It would also be collective energy where you're more receptive, less serpent-like, things like that, okay? Not saying that this is you on the table. This is you or this person on the table, okay? And it feels like if this is not a literal aesthetic, an archetype, you or this person, it's an era that has come to a close or will come to a close right before this next cycle in love, right? One where you have serpents with the whip. Things are very difficult, very rough. It feels like forcing compatibility with people that aren't compatible with you. Being very much attracted to hidden enemies, like people that aren't in your best interest, things like that. So closing that cycle where potentially lacking discernment, and then seeking someone that actually cares for you more intimately than you're used to, okay? Because the whip and the snake could be someone that's drawn to you for vampiric reasons, that has ulterior motives, whether manipulation or just using you in some way, versus someone that would be Goddess of Cups, that would actually be looking to go deeper with you, okay? And that I just described doesn't have to be gender specific. So let me keep pulling cards. You're seeing repeating fives. It was 5 minutes 55 seconds just now when I grabbed this Moonology deck. All right. Okay, take time to breathe out. Feels like someone's reevaluating their type. Okay. Could be you, could be this person, and that's how this comes to be. Someone here will be in an era where they're like, let me just be single for a while so I can see what's actually compatible with me. Because don't let your past hold you back. It's like, I can't keep repeating those cycles. I can't keep stepping into karmic cycles, right? And I don't want to be jaded by my past so that I'm not even available for the connection I'm seeking, right? Like, that's what this feels like. So I don't know if this is you or this person. I'm going to leave with it being you. But what I want to know, because I got a few more decks, I want to know, how will my pile number one recognize this partner that's coming in? Different from what you're used to, okay? Different from what you're used to. That's the one common denominator in all of these various scenarios. Is it comes after a period of reflection of what went wrong historically, and where you may have lacked discernment. This person may have lacked discernment regarding the people they allow in your space, and it could be both. Okay? Tell me more. Got Sagittarius. Optimism, exploration, and freedom. This next love is going to be a breath of fresh air. It's going to be very expansive, where historically your connections have been restricted. Like, if you couldn't say the things you want to say, if you weren't comfortable fully expressing yourself, if you felt like you had to like hide parts of yourself, or like downplay parts of yourself, not going to be like that in this next love, right? Like, you'll know this person because they'll be expansive and open enough, quirky, unique enough to where there's not much you could tell them to throw them off. Okay? Very stable connection. So I've got cardinal energy here, instigation, bravery, pioneering spirit. When it comes to getting to know you, very, very active person. This isn't someone you're going to have to run behind. Okay? Like, I'm not saying this person's going to pursue you first. Like, it's going to vary for all of you who pursues who first. Even if you pursue this person initially, they will match the energy. Like, that's going to be a key identifier. Like, you will not have to run behind this person, okay? All right, I got Venus, very physically attractive, very stable, very open, very much wanting to connect with you. Like I mentioned, like, you're not going to have to run behind this person. I'm struggling because I threw my table off a little bit, but that's okay. Let me see. I think what I don't want to skip past, because it's so quiet and it's easy to miss, the biggest identifier of like your next partner that's going to be healthiest for you: peace. Quiet. A cycle close of chaos. Like, if it was chaos and sneaky energy historically in any connections, not like that at all. Peace, quiet, and I'm not kidding. Okay? All right, I don't know who y'all been dealing with, but I'm glad that things are shifting. Let me see what the tea leaves are gonna tell me. This is a decisive person. Not spontaneous, decisive, right? They move with purpose, they move with intent. They know what they're doing. They're very stable. Tell me my traditional Affogato, please. Who's coming towards you in love? Might be someone you meet with a friend. Oh, I almost missed this whole stack of cards. Yeah. Might be someone you meet through friends. You meet them while with your friends or while they're with friends. There's definitely other people involved. The star is very loud. Okay. It's very loud. I got a man here that is with friends. And a lighthearted, carefree time. I love how the tea leaves just came out to give us a very specific scenario. So this, okay, if you're seeking a masculine, you will meet this person at some form of a get-together with friends where there is a lighthearted, carefree time. This person may be with friends, you may be with friends, or it's just a social environment where it's nice, okay? If you are seeking a feminine, you will find this feminine at a get-together with friends, okay? Lighthearted, carefree time, okay? Or that may be what she's doing, okay? So at the bottom, I got marriage. It's gonna be marriage. Feels like all of the friends align, right? This next one's gonna be marriage. I know, like, the way I'm reading this, y'all are like, why is she halfway reading this? I'm not. It's just that quiet. It's nothing to tell. It's like, okay, a cycle of chaos is closed. Pile one is so used to chaos that this reading's gonna feel boring. But it's just chill vibe. Like, it's lighthearted, carefree, and friends. Like, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. So let me pull from this deck. I'll grab from that love deck, and then I'll just get your advice. It's nothing really to tell. It's gonna be nice. You're gonna meet via friends, with friends, something. Might be traveling. Okay, could be traveling. I got a door, two, okay. Let's see if I can get at least one more. Okay. I got a seahorse of family matters. Family and friends are a big deal. If you want further clarity, like let's say you pick this pile, you scroll through the rest of the series, and this is the only Affogato that called you, only item in this What's Next in Love series that called you, maybe go to what your crush tells their friends about you, because heavy family friends here. And if one calls you, that may give you more of a vibe of like what to expect when it comes in. I have a door of opportunities are waiting for you, and I have a pen of a new job or career. So this is gonna come with a new job, whether it is this person that is stepping into a new job, or you're stepping into a new job. One of you will be stepping into a new job, quite literally on the table. And then I got peacock energy of beware of great pride, which I could see that. I mentioned one of you kind of rubbing the other the wrong way, or both. It being very intimidating, possibly, especially if someone has that really intense energy in a lighthearted environment. I could see that. That would make sense, okay? But peacocks are on the channel. We have them in spirit animal bird readings. All of those readings are not members exclusive. Some of them are public, so maybe this is calling you, all right? Okay, so looks like a connection where family's good, friends are good, everyone likes each other. The only potential shadow is the pride, and the pride getting in the way initially because there's something, I don't say off-putting, but it feels like you're not each other's like usual type. Like you may mistake some sort of difference for an incompatibility, but it doesn't feel deep enough to be an actual incompatibility. It's just you're not used to encountering people like each other at face value, and then as you get to know each other, it's basically like y'all are just alike. Okay, all right, so yeah, very similar love languages. Okay, you understand each other. You're gonna understand each other like perfect. Okay, very stable and secure connection. Okay, all right, so let's get your advice and close you out. Okay, what advice do we have for pile 1? Okay, take the initiative. We've got leadership and we've got magical power. You know, the way your reading opened up feels like you need to do some inner work. Nothing wrong with you, but it feels like you may need to do some inner work to like clear some energy and possibly close some type of cycle. We do have don't let your past hold you back, as well as don't let pride get in your way. So I encourage you to do any core cuttings, energy clearing, anything that will allow you to release past attachments. And that's not just people, it's perspectives, mentalities, emotional attachment to experiences, so that you can like really initiate what's going on here. And obviously if you're the type that would pursue someone when this opportunity presents itself, this is a go move. Okay, all right, so let me close you out, move along to pile number 2. All right, pile 2, my chocolate mocha affogato. We're gonna see who's coming towards you in love and how you'll recognize your next partner. I'm already kind of giggling a little bit because this group, some of you here, you're not really that interested. It just, the dessert looked really good. You were like, let me check that out just because it looks really good. Because this is there's a subset of people selecting this pile that are like, nope, it's over with. I'm not really interested in love. It's just not, it's not for me. Okay, and I don't know what happened that put you in that perspective. I'm not laughing at any of your trauma, but like I can already sense the complete disinterest in the love message, or even just half-heartedly watching this out of like boredom or just entertainment, like not really worried about it because it's just not, I don't know how it's been, but it just, the energy is very nonchalant. So I'm gonna pull a card as an overview just to see, but this is my group where it's like you've given up on love, or you just don't feel like it's gonna happen, and that's when it happens, because of course that's the way life goes. It's like, especially those of you that like have a history of fixating on, it's like you try, you work so hard, you fight through this connection, and it's like you give it your all, and you're like, you know what, I have nothing left to give. And then boom, it happens. This is that group. Okay, so tell me, give me an overview. The bear and the mice. What is that? This is gonna be funny. This is something. So now why is this like, why did I put this like this? I want to see the book. I'm like, okay, so the bear in Lenormand is basically, it's authority figures, right? But for whatever reason, I'm getting a strong emphasis. Yeah, it talks about power, talks about your finances and strong investments and things like that, right? But it does have that overbearing energy, like the mice pestering. And there's someone, and I keep hearing the word mama bear. So there's like someone pestering someone. Because remember, find yourself in a lesson in the journey. It's about, I guess, love, possibly marriage. Usually it's marriage and children when you get this vibe. So like there's someone on the table, and this could be the partner. It doesn't have to be you, where they're like there is a maternal bear figure that's like, when you gonna do something? When are you gonna find a spouse? When are you gonna have kids? When are you gonna do, like, that's what's there. Okay, that's what's so loud about this palace. The first thing I heard about potentially this person, or even if it's you, but if I'm leading with you kind of checking out energetically, I'm gonna lead with maybe it's this person. Okay, so let me see what's going on, because I've not gotten that like that before in these readings. So what's going on? Who's coming towards my pile 2 in love? Yeah, I got a God of Cups trying to slither out of this deck. Okay, tell me. Yup. Fighting, combative energy. Okay. Victory after doing so. Okay, let me get one more. Okay, 6 is a number. It's definitely a thing. And what's the bottom? Marriage. All right. Some of you may meet this person, be set up with this person in a religious home space, as the Hierophant absolutely rules that. It's organizational structures of any kind. So any strong organizational presence. So it could be religious, it could be like community service, it could be like school, but a strong mother bear energy on the table that's like, I want this victory of the wedding. Okay, so like I said, it could be your family, could be this person's, but this pile right here, that's somebody's like really knowing at that situation, like, you know, mice are pests. It's like, so you never gonna get married, you're never gonna have children, like that's the thing. So what's this? Luck is on your side. You're close to achieving your goal. This is the most chaotic thing I've ever seen. It's not bad. It's just hilariously chaotic. So in this instance, this is the exact scenario. Okay, so if this doesn't resonate, maybe you need to pick another pile, or you may be pleasantly or not pleasantly surprised in the future. Okay. This is one of those groups that I've gotten a lot of recently, where there's at least one person that's very hands-on regarding your next connection. It's like we got 2 people, like you and the person you end up with, and there's someone here, right, that's like, this is my mission, right? I want to set these 2 up, or I want pile 2 my child, or this person, right, this other person my child. I'm looking for a wedding, I'm looking for children, and I feel like this is the match that I've been looking to put together. So I don't know who's meddling auntie or whatever is on the table, but it's here, and it, you know, it's come out a lot. Y'all shout me out in the comments if this is your reading, because I've been getting this a lot recently. So tell me more about who's coming towards my pile 2 in love. We've got house 1, individuality, self-image, and approach to life. So I'm gonna read it from, I'm being encouraged very comfortably so, to read it like the meddling energy is external coming into you. Okay? Because you are kind of disengaged, I, me, identified, and it looks like you're gonna connect with someone same vibe. Like, I, me, I'm focused on me, I got a lot going on, I'm too busy, I got success, I got stuff that I'm doing. Like, that's kind of, I'm establishing myself. Like, that's kind of the vibe. Okay, so tell me more. For my pile 2. Let's see, I think I only want one more from this deck. We'll do that. Yeah, okay, fine. 2. I've got sextile, a combination of tension and flow, potential, and a rewarding situation. See, you're very close to achieving your goal, and a potential and a rewarding situation. It's not a, like, it feels like two people that are kind of attracted to each other, or could be attracted to each other, but one or both are just not receptive enough to make it go on their own. So we've got this external frustrated source that's like, let me make a move, right? I said Mama Bear could be Papa Bear, because Saturn is Daddy Saturn. Okay, it could be a paternal figure as well. Okay, regardless of maternal, paternal, both, right? Because it can be both at the same time on this table. It feels like it's that matchmaking energy I mentioned. And when it comes to the actual connection, right, like who's coming towards you in love and how it ends up, and I mentioned the stability of the Hierophant, this is your identity, this person's identity, and the ability to kind of ebb and flow with one another in a very stable way. So the compatibility that the mature bear figures see, it is a very stable foundation that maybe there's a lot going on to where you and or the person you end up with don't really have the discernment to ground enough to see, if that makes sense, right? We got the mutable energy here, which is fluidity, surrendering, and welcoming change. So someone here may have Saturn in the first, or may have a mutable placement in the first house, which would be Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius 2 times, and Pisces. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm not gonna pull from this one yet. I'm gonna do cause see, look, you know what? Look at the bottom. We've got missed chances. So there's something about someone missing a chance, or someone not wanting to miss like someone not wanting someone else to miss their chance in this set. Okay, but how you like the whole how you're gonna recognize this person, I don't know that you will recognize this person, but the way you're gonna know that this is your next partner, if you align with this message, is gonna be the meddling, setting up energy. There's some maternal, paternal, more mature people or person around that's like really pestering someone about settling down and feeling very, very lucky, right? And I'll say stumbling across you, like, yeah, like pile 2 is exactly what I know for a fact this person's gonna go for. I'm tired of like begging them to settle down. And I know the way that I'm wording it seems like this is someone that doesn't is not interested in settling down, possibly for scandalous reasons. That's not it at all. It feels like this person stays to themselves. Like they stay to themselves and they prioritize like work, right? Success here, expansion here. This is a planet that rules work and lessons and hardship and moving slow. Like, it's a lot of shifting and adapting, and it's very, very busy. So it's like the person in the background that's leading this energy. Like, honestly, I think a lot of you are going to meet like a more mature friend or mentor of any gender. And like, it looks like they either have a mentee or like niece, nephew, child. They're like, yes, pile 2. I've been waiting for you. That's funny. because there's no drama. It's just someone that stays to themselves. Okay, peace and harmony with the wind chimes. That's the vibe of like the energy surrounding your next connection. Ask me how I know. I got a horseshoe of good luck. Someone could have Sagittarius placements actually with that combined. So yeah, I'll take those two and leave it alone. Yeah, this person's gonna be so peaceful and like angelic, right? And great happiness. And you know, if you've been like, I don't know what Onyx is talking about, she just talking. What's this card say? A barking dog, pest of a mouse. Look, even the cross is trying to come out. Like somebody's just being a burden, trying to be a burden, overburdened in some way. But advice from a friend, you're gonna connect like that. But look at that. Peace and harmony, good luck, great happiness, and advice from a friend. Like that's how you're gonna stumble upon this next person. Look, I told you, family wishes come true. Like you're gonna be this family's wish come true. Okay? Or maybe this person's going to be your family's wish come true. It can be both, but I'm leading the loudest part of the pile is where you're this family's wishes come true. Okay? All right. None of the piles were scandalous today so far, so we're halfway there. Good for you guys. Let me see more about how you're going to be able to discern this person. Tell me more about what's next in love for my pal 2 and how they will recognize this person. Like this person's like an angel. They're like, that's it. Okay. We got unsuccessful outcome to a problem, and it landed on advice from a friend. So this could be a situation where something just doesn't go your way, or it's just not going their way, and there's advice from a friend that's relevant to this connection. Okay, so we got a dagger, fear, worries, tense situations. I have been mentioning on and off again throughout the pile that like it's stressful. People are busy and really focused on themselves and what they're working on, you and or this person you end up with. And that's probably why we have the external meddling, because look at this unsuccessful outcome to a problem, and then fears, worries. You know, it's tense. It's like there are other priorities, right? Even though the priority for like the external influences is like, nah, this is the priority, so let's meddle. There's something going on here with this person or you, where you just like, I don't have time for that, or this person's like, I don't have time for that. I got a dark woman here. Okay. Let me see. Tell me more. Okay. Fine, all of that. Look at you. So pile 1 got the peacock and pile 2 gets the vulture. Interesting. We got a mutable placement on the table with a vulture energy. And yeah, it could be literal, the card, right? Depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. It could be someone that's like that, okay? Or, you know, like, but I have vultures on the channel, okay? So the fact that both the peacock and the vulture came out lets me know that those readings are relevant in some way, especially since those two birds are deeply connected energetically, all right? So, and when I say mutable, remember Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, which is here a lot, and Pisces. So I've got a cobweb of protected from negative forces beyond your control, which is a theme. I've got a boot of increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals, right? Very close to achieving your goal here. And then I have an axe of forces working against you. Yeah, oh yeah, so I got you. This meddling is necessary, okay? You're going to end up with someone great, but it's necessary. If you or this person has vulture, spirit guide, animal, it makes sense why the meddling would be necessary, because the mice are pests. Like I got this bear was so loud that I just read it as the mice being like the activity of the bear. But like this mouse, these mice are actually like lots of gossip, lots of negativity, lots of sabotage. The bear, like I mentioned, could actually be organizational institutions. It's a chaotic organizational environment. Okay. Someone's dealing with possibly a chaotic work organizational environment. It's a lot going on. And in the midst of that, there's a potential for this great love that's supposed to be born in like this vulture spirit. And it's like somebody's like the person, whoever is just overwhelmed. It's too much, but it's a happy ending. It's a great ending. It's just this person, like if you met or meet this person in an environment where, like, you're not based on this reading, but like let's say something shifts and you end up meeting this person in a very peaceful environment, you would connect and everything would happen very naturally, very peacefully. But for whatever reason, some of you have a vulture path which may align with this person, and so it's chaos. And love is supposed to happen in the midst of the chaos. Okay? Yeah, feeling tied down or frustrated is a thing. So that could be this person, that could be you. I got a very disengaged, disinterested, I'm not worried about love vibe at the beginning of the pile, so that makes sense. So if you're in this energy present time, you're going to meet this person very soon. If you've been in this energy, you probably been stepping all over this person, because that was a common theme for a while. If you know you're likely feeling like you're stepping into an era like that, where there's chaos for the sake of shifting and development and growth, then you'll stumble upon this person in that era, okay? All right. What advice? Oh no, look, I'm already closing you out. What else do we need to tell my pals too regarding how to recognize this person? Butterflies. So, okay, so here's the thing. You might actually see literal butterflies all the time, or even like while you're around this person, as a literal synchronicity symbol. Butterflies are a thing. That said, even if there's a lot of chaos that you're in or surrounded by, this person will give you butterflies in a way no one else had, okay? This will be someone that is very accountable just in general, and they will hold you accountable in some way. So as you get to know this person, connect with this person in some way, something about their vibe, very early on, they're going to hold you accountable despite the butterflies, okay? So let me get your advice. What advice do we have about you? Don't let nobody push you out, okay? I know I got a lot of gossip, a lot of forces against somebody. Don't let people run you out. Cause you know, I was being judgmental to like the maternal paternal bear figures that are like pestering. But I'm realizing that there's an underlying energy, and for the sake of time, I didn't go into like all the nuances, but like there's definitely like some gossip, some like attempted sabotage, some hating, some jealousy possibly in the background. So like defend yourself. Don't let anybody like run you out of a connection that you want. Okay? Because we got defense, and we've got rebirth, which aligns a lot with that butterfly energy. Okay? So where you need to be reborn to defend this connection, okay, or be reborn to be strong enough to defend this connection, you kind of need to do that. Because I don't know if this is going to be incoming for a lot of you, but it's just make sure you lean into the rebirth and you're reborn, and like you get your strength and everything up so that you can, I don't want to say not give up too easily, but defense says like don't be backing down just because there's adversity, okay? Especially for people that are like go to those vulture piles. That's you need that. Like this would be advice that the vulture spirit would give in those readings. So that's where you need to go after this, okay? Let me close you out and move along to pile number 3. All right, pile 3, my Christmas cocktail, which is the Bourbon, Eggnog, Affogato. Let's see who's coming towards you in love and how you'll recognize your next partner. And while some of you, I think you'll meet this person through a good friend, possibly even a mutual one, this person is gonna be a very, very loyal friend. The reason why that's relevant is this is the first pile where I got a loud initial personality type, because I kind of had to fight through the scenarios to get that in the previous 2 piles. So here I'm already like, no, this person is they're an exceptionally loyal friend. Okay, so good for you. You know, you can tell a lot about a person by how they treat the people they supposedly care about. You can tell a lot about a person, okay? Because I mean, if you can't be loyal to your friends and family, then I stand a poor chance, right? So yeah, so the god in Lenormand is the man, because this is the Afro goddess, and I have the cross. So I got a masculine with a cross to bear, okay, like the sun. And so loud. So this is my pile where you're asking about a masculine. If you are a masculine, you loud. Your energy's loud on the table. And maybe we'll be able to determine where we go from here. But you, like, listen, my dominantly feminine audience, this masculine is like the sun, okay? You can't miss him. He loud, okay? So he's got a cross to bear and he's bright like the sun, okay? All right, tell me more. And very, very loyal, which solar ruled people with prominent suns, okay, or dominant in Leo placements tend to have that reputation, okay? Very, very fair and just person. I just saw the Justice card. Yeah, but he's got to cross the bear and the Tower is showing itself. So tell me more about who's coming towards my pile 3. You know, this person might like a little bourbon. There's nothing wrong with that in moderation. Okay, it feels like a personality that would enjoy a little bit of bourbon, okay, or any other kind of whiskey. We've got the Fool, which is the new start, a new beginning, someone that just kind of, it feels like someone with a fresh perspective on who they are, the world around them, and what it is they want, what they want to be, okay? Like the Fool is always from scratch, okay? Especially after some sort of a heartbreak or loss of some kind. Look at that, more solar energy, because we got the sunflowers now. So solar, sun, energy, sun, sunflowers, okay? I got the Goddess of Wands. So at the bottom here, I got the 3 of Wands. Very fiery, very, very action oriented. And this is a masculine that's very much been waiting for the love of their lives. Like they've been waiting, they've been chasing it, they've been very active towards it, okay? And it's not worked out, right? It's not worked out at all. We got a lot of heartbreak here, okay? We got a lot of heartbreak here. And what I'm seeing a bright sunflower-like feminine that's very quirky, because I'm getting Aquarius Leo axis, okay? That's kind of seems to heal this heart, this wound, okay? So there's heavy emphasis on like the sun, and I don't know why. So let me go ahead and get this other deck. But look, we got a new moon eclipse right here. Expect powerful change. Yeah, like this is another one of those finding love in a hopeless place piles where things probably have been so bad just in life and in love that it's like this love comes through as a shock, like an eclipse, possibly in alignment with an eclipse. because we've got a personal issue reaches resolution. Okay. Full moon in Cancer around Capricorn season. More family vibes and working through your fears. This person's got a lot on their plate just in general. Like, that's their lifestyle. Is there's a lot of responsibility. Okay, this is a person that's had to deal with a lot of transitions and transformations in life. Like, they often always have to start from scratch in some way, right? Due to trauma, whether it's from a relationship, whether it's career-wise, whether it's just lifestyle, just their personality, what they thought they knew versus what is or what will be. Like, it is that deep for this person, okay? So let me keep pulling these cards and see what else. Who is this? I mean, I got a loud who is this. Like, this is the first pile where it's like, this is who it is, okay? Tell me how my pile 3 is going to recognize this person. The aura is exceptionally loud, though, okay? We got cardinal energy. Okay. So this could be someone that has Cancer or Capricorn placements, because my cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. And I got this. Okay. Their energy is loud. They're innovative just in nature. Okay. They're an initiator by nature. Like, they move, they go, they start things. It's why they typically, yeah, exactly. My bad, y'all. It's why they typically carry burdens that possibly aren't even their own. Okay. Like, they're willing to do that to make other people happy, specifically friends and family. Okay. Highly, highly intelligent, very quick-witted, a problem solver, right? My signs ruled by Mercury are both Gemini and Virgo. So those are other energies that just hit the table. And let me pull from these tea leaves, because how are you going to recognize this person beyond them being quick-witted and decisive? How will my pile number 3 recognize their next partner? Nope, I'm not taking all of this. Let's get more. There's an exciting event of some form. I don't know if it was blurred. There it is. There's an exciting event that is relevant, okay? Like, something happening that is very exciting that leads to this person. Okay, we'll take it. I've got a forest of muddled, unclear thinking associated with that cross. I've got a broom of a new home and a new attitude following all of this confusion and lack of clarity, and a diamond of you'll be receiving a precious gift soon. So some of you, a move is going to be a blessing in disguise or an outright blessing. Like, if you know, for you or this person, okay? Because in this move, this person meets you, you meet this person, okay? Where it was really foggy, a lot of confusion, dusty. We have a new home where everything's clean, where everything's luxurious. This is a nice home. This is a fancy home. Look at you. That's actually something that slipped in, okay? Possibly out in a rural area. I say that because, like, when we think of forest, we think like far out, like further away from like the city and like the hustle and bustle of day to day. Feels like a home, very nice one like that, okay? I got a frying pan of accusations. Confirm what that is. And then at the bottom, something's gonna happen by December real time. So within the next month or month and a half real time, that's gonna align you with this energy. And those of you that are watching me in a timeless sense, when I see December, like I always say, December is a month and a half real time for me. So where December doesn't make any sense for you, right, it's just not a real timeline. Like, it could be literally December to, like, right, if you watch this literally in exactly a year, December would be something that makes sense for you. But if you're finding this in like random March, May, even if it's not December, it could be within the next month and a half, okay? Because you're all on different timelines. I've got the V for victory. I want to call that like the Roman numeral 5. But victory in some endeavor will lead to money coming to you, a new home, a new attitude, a really nice home, right? And a gift. Okay? So I'm gonna pull from this next deck. This feels like a well-to-do person. I don't like to say that in every reading because it's not always like y'all are not all gonna end up with like well-to-do partners. That's not realistic, and that's not even like what everyone desires, right? That doesn't align with everyone's goals and like the way they want to live, like lifestyle. Okay, so but this feels like the pile where whatever that means for you. Like if it's just financially stable, if you've always been concerned about finding a financially stable partner, or a partner that's just doing a little bit better than you or in alignment with your status, that's what's coming in, because this is someone that's doing really well. That's part of their problem. I'm realizing that's part of this hero syndrome, is that this person's doing really well, so they overextend. Okay, so tell me more. Very, very loyal friend though, okay? Getting together with friends is going to be relevant. I think I mentioned it at the beginning. If you came from the other pile where that was a theme, good for you. You're in your right place, right space. It's okay if you didn't know how to choose. They can overlap and make a more personalized experience, okay? Temporary problems. The interesting thing is that the clouds and forest feels like this person's almost hidden from you initially. It feels like someone that's around but hidden from you initially. Like they're around, they've been around, but for whatever reason you can't see them. They're hiding in the clouds and the forest. I hope that makes sense. You are on the road to success. And it's like some sort of success is where you cross paths with this person that's, I don't want to say it's been there all along, but like it feels like you had access to this person. You'll realize that you've had access to this person a lot sooner than you thought. Like y'all could have connected much earlier at some point in time than you initially meet. Okay? Yeah, because I got a nest. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. This person, yes, this is that kind of person. So good for you. Love it, love it. Makes me happy to see y'all got somebody. Because this feels like someone that's been taken advantage of because they kind of want a family, and they're very loyal. And by them being that way, they're easy prey. I mean, it just is what it is. So let me get this advice. What do we got for this Christmas cocktail? This is my second pile. You know what? I think the other pile I did this in is the one that I said maybe you came from it. So definitely, if you feel like you got two piles, don't be scared to go check it out, because I keep wanting to use this deck for advice. This is not the advice deck. And I didn't do it in one of the other piles. It was just these two. So what else do we need to know about what's coming towards Valkyrie in love, and how they'll recognize this partner that's coming in, this great partner? What else do we need to know? This will be a partner that you settle down and have at least a child with. I'm not saying I don't see marriage, but there's no loud marriage indicator. There is eggs in a nest and a nice home. Okay. This is someone that's going to be very accountable for making it clear to you how they feel. Like this early on, you're going to know exactly how this person feels, and they're going to be especially considerate of your love language. It may catch you off guard because it feels like someone that's going to be very perceptive enough to clock your love language very early on and like move in a way that aligns with it. Okay. All right. I'll take all three of these. Very playful and fun. This person wants children. This person wants children. Okay. They're going to want children. They're going to tell you up front, I want children. Or more children, whatever it is. Like straight up, this is very early. You're going to know because this person's going to say, I'm serious and I want children. Okay. As you're getting to know them. For some of you, this caught me off guard at the end. Playfulness in children could be interpreted as a fear of concern regarding age, because there's an inner fear regarding immaturity as you're getting to know each other. So being in alignment with goals in life. That's probably why the conversation of children will be a thing early on, just because, especially if there's an age gap or something like that, that makes sense. Like if this is someone older than you, or if you're older than this person, I could see that. Okay, so let me get this advice. Let's see. Advice for my pile number 3. Resilience and passion. Okay, yeah, I know I'm shaking the stand. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Prioritize your joy and pleasure. Okay? Like that's gonna be what brings in this love. That's how you're gonna connect with this person. Like being very resilient, very intentional regarding things you're passionate about, experiences you're passionate about. That's gonna be what brings you to the love you want, or puts you in a position for it to come towards you. Okay, so let me close you out and move along to pile number 4. All right, pile 4, my caramel affogato. Let's see who's coming towards you in love and how you'll recognize your next partner. Now, this is an interesting pile in that there's a emphasis on deep roots, like a deep lineage ancestral line. So you're going to be that group. I can see it now. I don't know if that's just you. I don't know if that's this person or if it's two coming together like that. But there's like this deep ancestral lineage being a theme of whatever it is that's coming towards you in love. Now, that could just be a symbolism of like maybe like a soul contract to kind of have a child in this life. Could just be that. Hold on. That's too many. Yeah, we got a structure. You know, the tower can symbolize isolation. Okay. If you are in isolation, obviously it's going to happen when you step out, but we got a deep ancestral lineage that is helping you, hoping that you will step out of isolation if you've been doing that. Okay. That's a specific message for this pile. I've got the black fox and the star along with the rider. Black is a thing, okay? Now, I know this is a black people deck, but it's not like something about this black stallion, this black, well, it's actually a unicorn, but this black unicorn, this black fox, it's a thing, okay? If you're a black sheep in your family, you're in your right place, right space. If you're often considered just the black sheep in general spaces, places, you're in your right place, right space. And if you don't know what I'm talking about and you selected this pile, this person has this history, okay? Yes. We got an emperor at the bottom of the deck. Feels like an underdog, right? Someone that people often question, possibly lack faith in. Let's see, what else we got here? Tell me more about my caramel affogato. Interesting. I know some of y'all get mad at me when I do that. Like, tell me what you see. I know, I'm coming. Let me gather my thoughts. The star is here twice. This person's a star. They're like a black sheep. They're this unique flavor of a star. Like, it's like, you know, those people that have like black sheep, underdog energy, and then somewhere, somehow they like get ahead despite not being expected to. And like, they're on top, they have this star energy, but I mean, you can't take that away. They are still that underdog because they're not even supposed to be here. It's like somebody that's successful against all odds, right? Like, you're not supposed to be here, but like, you are. This person is, right? So that's that quirky, off guard edge to this person, right? Like, something about them is they're just an extremely interesting person, right? Because it seems like the whatever way they are radiating the star energy is completely unexpected, and nobody would have like bet on them. Okay, so I want to pull one more, just because I have the space to do so. Yeah, Judgment. Okay, and a Nine of Swords. So I'll be honest with you. This person is used to this. So this person is used to living this way. So I don't want you to be like, oh, I did that. Because the energy comes through a lot. But this is the first time I got a pile where I see very prominently that it doesn't necessarily phase this person like that. Where the next person, like, who's coming towards you in love, you either have already at some point in time or you will reject them first. Okay, you're not interested in them. And it's not, I don't see where the rejection is loud or for any chaotic red flag reason. Okay. Actually, I see where maybe somebody got overstimulated, right? The Four of Cups is like, I'm just meditating right here. And the Knight of Wands is loud. Like, the Knight of Wands, metaphorically speaking, run up on you where you just sitting in peace. Okay. So like, that's kind of the scenario, or a similar scenario where it's like, nah, you too loud and all of the things. Okay. I see where, yes, it would have stressed this person out, will have, and if it's incoming, stress this person out, but it's more motivation with the writer, because this person's used to being the underdog. They're used to having to do extra to get what it is they want. And in this instance, my caramel affogato, this person will decide that it is you that they want in love. Like, it's final with the Judgment. This person decides they want you despite you not appearing to not be interested in whatever form you do that. Okay. So let me keep pulling these cards. Like, they're used to having to go to war for what they want. They're used to having to be better than everybody else. They're used to having to work twice as hard. They're used to being better than people and still not getting the accolades. Like, I see that. This is that person. It's like, this is a person where, like, that's the energy I was trying to describe. I'm so glad that the words came to me. This is somebody that would do the star thing, right? Like, they would do the most amazing thing, okay? And people would be like, oh, it's just all right because it's them. But let somebody else do the exact same thing, and it's like, oh my gosh, this person is amazing. I can't believe this person's so amazing. But when it comes to your person, everybody like downplays them, like they're not, you know, doing, like they're not who they are, right? When we talk about our gifts, and whatnot, because remember, stars collective energy. It's ruled by Aquarius. It's very innovative energy. Like, this person's really smart. They're always ahead of the curve, right? See, expect powerful change with the new moon eclipse. Adjustments are required. I don't know what this person's aura is. I don't know this person's life path, and this is not their reading, but I wouldn't beat yourself up. And there's a reason, like, I think it's critical to this person's path and journey that people react to them this way, because it seems to motivate them. Because even you, it feels like you are not interested, or maybe you're distracted, and that's the intent, is you're distracted. So it's meant spiritually for them to perceive you as rejecting them, because That's their path. They have a hard black sheep path of feeling undervalued and feeling the need to prove themselves. Okay? So expect powerful change, adjustments, needs to require. Yeah, this person's like, yeah, I'm gonna change Power 4's mind, even if you're just distracted. I don't know I don't know the depth of it for all of you because it's different scenarios, but this is definitely a person that has to be rejected, that has to take losses, that has to be undervalued to reach their full potential. Like, for whatever reason, that awakens them. Okay. So I feel like I just described somebody's energy really well. So hopefully you can use that as this energy comes in. So tell me more about who's coming towards my Power 4 in love. The most bizarre thing just happened. My throat got super scratchy. I needed water. So like, I don't know if one of the key identifiers is going to be someone's like throat is scratchy, there's a cough, someone's offered water, someone's drinking water. Like that could be relevant, especially since we got the water bearer. Technically yes, because that is Aquarius energy. Like she's pouring the water here, but someone's being offered water in this 4 of Cups. Okay. So someone's might be offered water in the literal moment. I'm talking about like where you connect or where this happens. Because we got the South Node of Destined to Release, which feels like past life connection. Now, haha. This is my one pile where this dominant energy is of the past. There we go. So, because expect powerful change as adjustments happen, these required adjustments, because we have past life energy here, which represents just the past overall. So it feels like, yeah, this is someone that you would have actually been with romantically, possibly even married to in a past life. So like, you'll know because you'll feel like you've possibly been married to this person before. I did mention, we had the heavy energy of like the ancestral lineage, like the roots, right? A heavy lineage. Because it feels like if you believe in past lives, it feels like a couple that is back together from a past life. Okay. That's probably why the person's so confident, right? In like, let me go after Power 4 despite the disengaged energy. Let me see what's going on with the tea leaves. But I mean, it's a really harmonious thing, right? The hiccup is at the beginning, obviously, because this person just has a black sheep life. Chaotic way that people react to them and handle them. But again, it's critical to their journey, apparently. But the connection with you is like past life, easy, Venus, right? Love, beauty, value. You're a person. This person will deeply value you. They deeply value everything because nothing is given to them. Everything is hard. Everything is rough. Everything is, oh, you can be better, or someone else is better, even when it's not true for this person. So this person will value you more than anyone else in this world because they're just not used to having anything. Okay. With you, I don't know what your loving nature is, but it's almost like you're sent to this person to love them and like show them a gentler way. Like you're the person that finds value in them where no one else does. Where the world is like telling this person, everybody around this person, telling this person that they're not good enough. You're the one that does. And it becomes a beautiful connection because you become each other's safe place. All right. All right. Tell me more. Trouble, accusations. Yeah, see, we got where everybody's all accusatory towards this person, accusing this person of things. You're the calm, you're the meditative stance. Okay. Towers back. We got a solid foundation, success with effort, very, very stable. And this is a stable person. They don't have the luxury of being chaotic because like everything already is hard enough for them. Even when they're doing things right, they're accused of doing things wrong. So they stable, right? All right. A new job, a career. Let me see. I'll take one more from this stack. There we go. Romance is in the air with the rose. And look, we got another bird. We got the eagle. Triumph over troubles and obstacles. I have spirit animal bird reading. You know, this was a pile where I had a lot of bird energy. There were cards jumping out, like birds came out of there, birds came out of here. Birds were literally chirping as I was preparing for your pile. So that eagle is calling you on a channel. Got some solar energy here. Happy energy, right? Romance is in the air with the rose. Like great, lovely energy. Okay. Let me get this other stack. Cutting it and we see wealth. Like the union's great. It's just this person's individual path is a hard one. I just want to make that clear because I don't want you to be like, ooh, I don't want to have a hard life. Like you're telling me this person that's coming into me has a hard life. No, they just, the universe is very hard on them for whatever reason. Okay. It's possible that it's due that their mission, their ascension requires a lot of discipline, right? And if they're a type that responds better to negativity than peace, then that could also be why. But in love, it feels like you'll be able to be this person's safe place. They'll be good. So tell me more about this caramel affogato. I'm not taking any of those. I'm almost done. So I'm going to take that as none of those cards were meant to make it to the table. The ones that hit the floor. I'm going to grab this really quick. Yeah. All right. There we go. All right. And we'll see what this is in a second. Flowers are a huge deal. We've got happiness. We've got purse of pay attention to your finances. We've got dogs of getting together with friends. And we've got an older man, dealings or relationship with an older man. So this could be someone, this could be an older man that's a little more frugal that we're talking about here. Like this could be a frugal older man, which makes sense if, you know, they seem a little bit up against the wind. I got dealings or relationship with a man. Some of you, the older man is gonna be the, wait, where is it? I had it. It's going to be the friend that connects you with this person. Okay. Whether this is you or the person. Okay. Because that's loud. And I had another pile with similar energy. So some of you picking multiple piles, it's fine. But that's a specific message for some of you. It may be a frugal older man, or it may be, there is a man, could be an older one, that will connect you with this person, introduce you to this person. Okay? And that's how this begins. So, let me get this deck for more information really quick. How will they recognize this partner for my pile 4? What else do we tell pile 4 regarding this partner? Okay. I mentioned this person kind of, like I brushed over it, but like it was heavily implied throughout this reading that this person's like, let me go for pile 4. You either say no or you're distracted or they can't get to you. And then it kind of fixate a little bit beyond that point. And because they're like locked in. Okay. So like this person's devoted. The key telltale sign. This person listens to everything you say. They want to know you deeper, right? Early on, everything you say, they're locked in. They're so devoted to you and what you say and do that like they remember the little things. They remember things in passing that maybe you even forgot you mentioned. Like your favorite foods, the things you enjoy doing, certain things you mentioned about your past, like little things that you forget you even mentioned, this person will remember. That's how locked in and devoted they'll be. Okay? All right. So let me get your advice and close you out. What advice do we have for my caramel affogato, please? 2 pieces of advice. Why you need all that? Okay, so trust your intuition. Follow your passion. And Luna is very much psychic energy. It's one step beyond intuition, right? When we talk about the moon and the lunar phases and depth, your intuition is guiding you to this connection. Okay? Like, if this is, like, if you're in the side where there's a heavy past influence in this life, you will know already where you've already crossed paths with this person in this life. And if not, when you cross paths with this person, it's gonna feel like you've known them before where you haven't. Okay? There's gonna be a lot, like, follow your intuition regarding that passion that happens, that soul tie that ignites. Okay? Because there's that pile of the deep woo-woo energy. Okay? So I'm gonna close you out. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.